Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're James with Games. Cedric here, bearing witness. All right, here we are, a semi-impromptu stream today. Semi because I did say we're doing an extra stream to get the summer streaming started on either Tuesday or Thursday, and it is indeed Thursday. Impromptu because I was saying Thursday afternoon up until yesterday when Danielle reminded me that we got to go to a thing. Anyway, we got to take back our current vehicle and get the new one. So that's exciting. And then the extra kicker. So I was like, okay, it's in the morning. But we had to get up and clean the vehicle that we're returning, which she told me last night. So starting later than I thought I would. And I got a hard stop. But we're going to dip our toes into the witness today, which I'm excited for. I've been interested in this game since it came out. Oh, God, going to crumble into dust. 10 years and 1 month ago. It's apparently released on June 17th, 2016. And yeah, it's a puzzle game. I don't know how much of it I'm going to wind up. Definitely more than just this one first stream, unless I absolutely bounce hard off this game. We'll play it some more. But I don't know that it's the dedicated summer lineup. I don't know if I'm 100%ing it or if I'm getting an ending or if I'm just going to play it a few times and decide, like, this isn't great content. Who knows? We'll figure it out together. But here's the idea of my summer. This is the Thursday of my second week of vacation. Technically, I have 5 weeks vacation, but it'll be a little bit more than that because, for example, in first week of vacation, I work 2 half days. And I'm going to at least do one more half day because my sessional who is teaching my course is a little less seasoned than some of the sessionals I've hired recently. So I'm helping her a bit more to get her on track, which is fine. That's what I'm technically, I don't do that, but I'm a senior instructor. I'm supposed to be mentoring the next generation of faculty when I have the opportunity. And she's very nice and I want to help her out. And, if she's still available next summer, then she'll just be able to do it. It'll be great. Anyway, and I got like meetings, literal scheduled meetings I have to go back for. So then that'll add some days at the end. But here was my plan, roughly. I didn't necessarily plan this, but this is how it started to fall together, and now I'm rolling with it. I spent the first most of 2 weeks of vacation just massively improving this home, just dealing with a lot of clutter and stuff we've been putting off. And the principle I did was the very first task was I spent a day we live in a 3-level townhouse style apartment. So I spent the first getting all the hallways, landings, and stairs entirely. There's nothing out there that's just waiting to be put somewhere, so that when I get a broom, when I break the broom out, I can go right from the top landing of the stairs all the way down, do all the hallways, the public areas, the liminal spaces of the home can all be swept down really quickly now because there's nothing interfering and I can do it thoroughly. Then I'm going to, so then from there, I started tackling rooms, like my office here. And as I tackled those rooms, the principle I held was I'll start in the morning every day. And by the end of the day, I will not have added any new clutter to the areas I've already done. So like the hallways will remain pristine. And when Danielle gets home, whatever thing I was working on will be presentable. And so that meant for a brief moment, the closet got more cluttered in my room. But then I did the closet as a whole separate day. And I did our bedroom, not entirely by myself. Credit to Danielle. She got over some I inspired her to get over some executive function difficulties. And together we got the bedroom done. The living room needs another pass now because there's too much stuff. We got to figure out what to do with it, get rid of some of it, fixing all the light bulbs, this kind of stuff. At any rate, I've now kind of run out of things that could really be day-long projects in the home. So starting tomorrow, because today is doing the stream and then running around with the car, got some other errands to do too. Then I'm going to start doing creative stuff, primarily focused on improving 58 Dream Street for both the broadcaster, me, and our guests. Greg, Rich. Eventually, my drag sisters in the House of Towers. Sooner than later. Yeah, and then from there, probably ramping up next week, but then definitely the week after, get into expanding the streaming schedule a little. And then also, as a psychological work-life balance thing, I'm remembering that I don't need to, nobody's looking at me to pretend to be doing a 9 to 5 during the prep period leading up to classes starting again. So I'll be in the office when I need to be, get stuff done at home. Some of the stuff, some teaching stuff, like planning out lectures and stuff, I find I'm way better doing late at night when everyone's gone to bed and I can pace around the house and write. Which is to say, instead of my last few summers of being like vacation streaming, but then vacation needs other stuff too, and I don't wind up doing as much streaming as I wanted. We're doing summer expanded streaming, and we're still ramping up to it. So that's exciting. But here we are. We don't have much time today because I got a hard stop for this meeting. Got about 2 hours to play The Witness. So let's play The Witness. I'm going to launch this game, and then we're going to figure out how to display it on the screen, and then we'll play it. So I'm pressing play. It's asking me, what graphics quality do I want? I'll take high. Do I want full screen? No, if I can turn off full screen in advance and just get a window, that'll be easy. We have a window. I'm moving the window. Being kind of annoying, but I'm moving it. Oh no, something bad has happened. Oh, it's trapped my cursor. If I press escape, yes, perfect. I can move this a bit more so that I can do the window capture. One moment. Renaming an old thing, setting it to capture the right thing. Oh, whoops, but I have it set to invisible. That's not going to help. Turn it on. We can see. Is this a full screen? I guess we'll find out what the aspect ratio is and I'll mess with it. For now, I guess I'll just leave it at the size it's at and we'll see what it looks like when we start playing. Oh. Can I change the size of the window? Yes. That's not the way I want to change it though. Squish it down a little so I can get it all on the screen. That's good. Let's look at the controls. Most speed. Customize keys. I bet this is easy. The WASD cluster for moving. Action says key. Welcome, Almighty Pluto. I've put off playing this game, Almighty Pluto, since it came out. When it came out, I was interested in it. And I kept looking at it and being like, soon, soon, soon. And then Jonathan Blow actually managed to get another game out. I'm playing this. It's probably not necessary to say that no matter how much enjoyment I derive from this game, it's not an endorsement of Jonathan Blow. We can grant that he's a talented game designer without granting a single other thing. Let's start a new game. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Starting out, I don't know what's going on. Let me try clicking. If I click... Oh, I see. Something... Oh, it wants me to right click. Now I'm a dude. And I'm walking down a tunnel. Big, clanky footsteps. Or I can run and have smaller, but also clanky footsteps. Click. Okay. So the first click is to lock in I know enough about this game to know that A, it's set on an island, and that B, all the puzzles involve drawing lines, but that it's not like a single line drawing thing. You know, probably people in the audience know better than I do. Okay, first line puzzle in the books. I'm feeling confident so far. I think I can do this one too. Without even needing a prompt on the screen to remind me to left click. I will say, I don't think I needed this blinking beacon to tell me where my destination was. How's the volume? I don't have a reliable way of checking that. I did not turn my headphones down at all. So perhaps I should a little. In the mix. And then let me know, team. Sounds good? Excellent. Oh, in that case, maybe I'll give it. Great. Okay, let me know if that ever stops being the case. Now, hold on a second. Gotta look one more time and think here. Is there like window boxing going on? You know what? It'll be easier to tell when I'm not in the dark. So we go out. No, this is widescreen. Now I know what size it is. Let's make it big. There. And bring it down a bit for balance on the screen. I played the King's Quest Revival, at least chapter 1, with my ex when it was new. But I remember very little of it. And I should probably, if it's accessible to me, check it out again sometime. Okay, so we come out. We're in a beautiful flower garden. There's obviously, to some degree, you know, there's mist influence here. At any time, I can click in. Interesting. Yeah, I did not make it that far. Okay. I'm curious. Presumably, I start from here. I'm just totally guessing without any... Oh. Could it be so simple? Yes. Okay. I don't think any of this is yet quite counted as a puzzle, but it's fun. Where does this go and what did it do? This is basically the big thing that I understand about this game, is that while the puzzles are all drawing a line on a thing, the internal principle is one of sometimes needing to learn the rules of a given line puzzle by observing the environment. Among other creative things that I'm going to do to improve the stream here, this is a minor one, and Greg is not going to be happy about it because I'm I put no effort into learning how to do proper lighting or anything for years of doing the stream. Just winging it and doing my best. But if I'm going to get my drag sisters on here, I got to figure it out. So that time is coming, and Jocelyn will help me because she has better sense of aesthetics than I do. I'm not saying that to be falsely modest. Okay. So from here... Whoop. Bumped into my tea warmer for a second. Biggest challenge we've faced so far. Okay. Keep on following. There are 2 things coming to this. Oh, that's the one coming out of it, though. So, wait, let me just get going with this. Where does it... Is it just going to tell me where to go again? It is. So far, these are mazes. These are like... This is the placemat at the diner. I have no, I mean, obviously, because I've been told it's not going to just be diner placemats all the way down. Okay. And then, oh, I see what we need to do here. Oh, so the thing that I was saying, in addition to improving the lighting, I realized, you can see I'm kind of shiny on screen right now. And it's like, I own a lot of makeup now since I became a drag queen when I was 39 years old. And I'm like, not that I don't know anyone who does TV makeup, like makeup for film production or anything, but I'm one Google search away from saying makeup to reduce shininess. Okay, so we got to keep on tracing these. So already the game is slowly teaching us to associate both the exploration, the puzzles are going to combine the exploration of the environment with the other thing. Okay, wait, so that one might not. Okay, let me try following the other one and see if it's a little more obvious what to do. So anyway, I'm going to learn how to use, I assume, a light amount of powder to reduce shininess. And then poor Greg, whenever he comes over for the beat 'em up shows, I'm going to be like, all right, close your eyes, Greg, so I can powder you for the camera. Greg does not care. And I'm not saying that as a criticism, but Greg is not stressing about his, appearance in the same way that I might. Ooh, 2 lines, hey? So I guess the idea here, well, you know what? Let's figure it out. Disable that line for a moment. There is no way to connect this one up to here. Is the game teaching me right now that sometimes it's not going to be one simple start node? Probably. Boom. Oh, that was a single step. So now we have no choice. We need to figure out how to get to where this is going. And, I mean, there's a castle wall up there. Okay, it goes over this wall. On the other side, oh, it just comes down. This is not as tricky. I just missed this. No, because I came through here and I found this. And then that goes over this wall. And I assume... Wait, is this just... Can I just draw a line here? Let's find it. And also it goes to 2 places. Oh, is that going to change which one it lights up? Because if so, then I probably wanted to light the other one, right? I'm going to make that assumption. And then we'll find it. We'll test our hypothesis. All right. Good job, the witness, easing me in. Yeah, so my understanding is the idea of this game is just to draw lines. There's no deeper themes. It's not trying to say anything. No, actually, one thing that put me off of buying this game right away was Jonathan Blow making an obnoxious statement in an interview. I hope everyone understands I wouldn't just release a game that was a bunch of puzzles. Nothing wrong with puzzles, man. I'm going to withhold judgment, but I'm inclined to say that Jonathan Blow hasn't yet made a game that's better than Lolo. Is this anything beyond I just got to draw the line to the bottom? Yeah. I Whoops. I don't think that was even quite what I was supposed to do. But oh, no. It is just draw a line. Use your imagination and draw a line in a shape that you like. I know there's like a big fan theory. I only played through Braid once. I thought it was great. The game's like, no, you don't have to amble up this hill. Don't enjoy the scenery. Find a line puzzle. Ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I know there's this fan theory that Braid is about, like Oppenheimer and stuff. The people who made the bomb. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that's true. But I played it and just thought it was about a guy gradually realizing that he's not the hero in his romance story. I was perfectly content with that story. Well, this is clearly a puzzle. And I don't know, but I'm just going to click into it and solve it right away. Let's see what happens. Okay, if I start here, what happens when I cross a black? Nothing as far as I can tell. What happens if I go to a node? I don't know. Okay. There's white and black indicators on the things, like on the squares. There's little white dots at every intersection, but they disappear when you try to look at them. No, I know that's just a classic optical illusion. And then there's little black hexagon nodes. If I understand the line drawing mechanics correctly, it would not be possible to draw a line that touched all the nodes. So let's just see. What happens if I just did this? Nothing. Except... Oh. Then if I draw again, I can draw another line. Hold up. If I take this node away, take this line away, if I clicked here, I can start drawing a line. Okay. Cool. Stepping away to wander a little bit more before I dig in on any particular puzzle. Just want to get a sense of what's going on. All over the place. There's a little side door here that I didn't see on my way because the game encouraged me to run. Okay. Is that going to be like a little Dark Souls shortcut? I get to the other side and draw a line. You know, probably would not hurt me. Excuse me a moment. Me to grab a notebook and a pencil. I don't think I have a note to take right now, but I might take some notes. We have a thing with squares. The leftmost square is blue. What does it mean? Oh, if we get closer. Does it turn out to be a thing we can draw a line on? Yes. What does it mean, though? I have a feeling. No? Yes? I mean, we got the things blinking. If I go the white route, it also does this. Okay. What if I cut right through the center? It opens the next one. Okay. Can it be also simple? draw a line that goes between. So hold on. Yeah, we're basically we do know that since Jonathan Blow has revealed himself to be a Trump supporter, was this the first hint? Because you can see what the principle is, right? Ooh. Well, this is slightly trickier, but not really. Yeah, this is the exact opposite of that Star Trek episode where we learn that it shouldn't matter which side if your face is white or black. Okay. Here we go. Now we got to think a little more spatially. Oh, cool. I'm locked in on the whole thing. So I can like toggle which one I'm looking at. Not super necessary for this one for me, I don't think. Okay. Do I have a plan? I mean, this is not a plan. This isn't going to work. Okay. No, Cedric, I never think that hard. If it ever seems like I'm being contemplative, it's almost certainly time to hit refresh. Okay. No, this is not going to work. Okay. I like this though, because obviously I understand the principle. What I'm struggling with is simply how to draw the line. One thing I'm not 100% clear on, of course, I haven't even drawn a line that would address the problem anyway, is whether do they need to be in just two groups or do they just need to be cordoned off? And obviously, this seems like it's trying to tell me something. Use this spot. But how? Hmm. Absolutely got to go here, I think. Not necessarily right at the start. In fact, no. I think I do. So if I go to here, it's really just the tricky part is how am I going to separate this guy up here? So let me think for a minute. To separate this guy from all of these, I would need to fill all of this space, which seems tricky to do. Yeah. Just can't cross over the line again. Hmm. Hmm. Intriguing. I am not a shape rotator, as they say. So drawing the line is tricky for me. Okay, without trying to make the whole thing work. I'm just trying to figure out, how am I ever going to cordon this one boy off? Like that. But then, could it be something like this? No. Wait, when I just said something like that, had I even done anything that would work? I promise, I am actually very good at puzzles, technically. Part of my resistance to playing this game, also, part of what kept me putting it off is I didn't want Jonathan Blow to get the best of me. And here he is dunking on me in the goddamn tutorial. Although, I take some gratification in knowing it's not the work out the rules yourself part that's tripped me up, I don't think. It's just the draw a line. I mean, yeah, everything I've heard suggests to me. I mean, obviously this doesn't work. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Ta-da! That was gratifying. Okay. Exiting through the bottom. No. Feels like I have to go this way first. Yeah. Actually, this one was easier than the other one. Okay. And so, who knows? Yes. We learned. And that's valuable in its own right. Let's wander around some more. Hey, this looks like a place where I could draw some lines. Oh. We now know that I'm playing as a guy who has shaggier hair than me. This feels like it might come into play, just like the state of the floor. But I don't know. Let's try. Let's just see what's happening before we start looking for environmental clues. There are two node things. Oh, the character's name is John. When you said John can wait before, I thought, no? Okay. Okay. That's what I thought it was the first time. Ooh, okay. So my assumption is that my goal here is simply to touch all the nodes. And if I'm correct about that, I'm already once again dealing with the challenge of how to draw the line. I think I've got to do the bottom right corner first. But how would I ever... No. Can't be the bottom right corner first. Haha. I work for the faculty. I teach for the Faculty of Engineering at the university that I'm on the faculty of, but I'm the non-engineer on the faculty. I teach like writing and sustainability and ethics and stuff like that. Professionalism, project management. So how to draw a line is not the core of my skill set. Not quite. Haha. But we're going to work on that. Ooh. So I'm guessing that this one is just you got to choose the right one and not that there will be a line to be drawn from each of them. And I'm immediately skeptical of that node. We'll see. But. Okay. Nope. Can't. It's important for me to articulate these basic principles of drawing a line on a grid. If I start from here, there's no way I could ever get this one and this one if the line can't cross it over itself like a snake. I think I've got to start from here and then go like this. Haha. Okay, we're witnessing. There's no clue in the damage to the floorboards, which is fine. Let's go back to that one that I looked at and was like, because I don't think I can't say that I really tried at all. Should draw some lines and see what happens. Oh. Environmental context. This is both of those puzzles at once. Touch all the nodes and segregate. Can't start from this node. Would never be able to touch those two, or this. Okay, call these nodes and call these somethings. Anyway, okay. What if I start from here? Ding, 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 ding. And I go like this, up like this, down like this, around. If this works, it's by exiting through the lower right. At this point, I might as well get these out of the way. Draw this. Hold on. They're very clearly hexagons. I guess I could just call them hexes. Can't tell if I did this correctly. I did. And we actually got a reward for this, which I figured, since the puzzle was very clearly on a door. Okay, before I proceed that way, is there anything else I can learn in my immediate environment? And listen, like I said, even before his politics were revealed to be, objectionable to me, Jonathan Blow is a pretty irritating public figure, but you cannot take away from him that he gets game design. Well, there's lots of places to go. And so instead of doing a thorough exploration right now, I want to go back to the thing I just solved, which opened up new stuff for me. Okay. Can't draw a line on this. Oh. Spoke too soon. And then Do I draw a line on this or do I simply learn from it? I think we start taking notes here. I was going to say I should take this note on grid paper. No. If I had hexagon grid paper, yes. And in fact, mental note to self. Couldn't hurt in my life to have access to such a thing. It's a honeycomb. Bear with me while I draw a honeycomb. Doesn't have to look good. Nice thing about a hex-based honeycomb pattern, that it all comes together as you're drawing. You start discovering that most of the lines for the later hexagons just made their way there. Okay. So then from a node point here, the line goes down, scribbling down, scribbling across, up. Now that I've thought of this, future witness streams, I'll set up my classic note-taking camera so that there's at least something visually compelling. Visually compelling is not the right word. Something happening at all. Note in early safe. Okay. Seems like something that'll... The message from deep space? I haven't. But it sounds compelling. For now, let's keep following the path. Seems quite possible that the thing that I just discovered, at least in these early teaching you sections, you know, the thing I just discovered could suddenly become relevant if I just keep following the demarcated path. Ooh. Or not. Okay. Ooh. Well, I understand the principle here. And then we have some shapes. Well, I mean, we have a bunch of vases, I guess. No, these aren't... Well, yeah. Yeah, you can put flowers in all these. They're vases. One of them is raised. Not sure what that means. There's a power cable. No, it's a hose, maybe? God damn. Yep. Yep. That's on the list. That is on the list. Sounds right up my alley. There's a big thing. Ah. It's like, are we already doing gridless line drawing on squares now? Sounds neat. Okay. Oh, what's that game? There's a classic arcade game. Is it a classic arcade game, or is it literally a WarioWare thing, or is it both? Where you control two penguins at once and they mirror each other. Blue penguin and pink penguin. I think there's an arcade game like that. That's basically what we're doing here. And I love that game that I think I remember existing. Okay. Got it. All right. Now that I'm a little more familiar with the game, next time I can lock in my setup a bit better. I've got my tea warmer, my mug warmer, in a position where it's sometimes not letting me get to the top of my mouse range. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, I only had to do one. And a thing happened. I was expecting this to be another. The learning is the reward. And then... Well, then, obviously, there's a power cable connected to that. And also, this power cable's lit up. But I think this is the one I'm following. Not sure why I decided I thought these were hoses after the other ones were power cables. I mean, actually, it's because it came out towards the water here. Let's follow it. Very scenic. I like the graphical style. It's cute. It's endearing. And peaceful. There's obviously... I don't know if he'd approve of me saying this. The feeling I get... So, okay. Can't draw a line there yet. But someday, perhaps. You know, there's a little bit of mist homage in the Mysterious Island, except that it seems so far much more quasi-science fictional than magical. Although I guess there's a lot of... I haven't played Myst, but I've read about it. And I played it a little when I was a kid. Like some quasi-science fictional stuff. You can see, yep, if we can get through there, then we get down there, we do another bunch of these puzzles. We're laughing. We've lit both the things up, whatever that means. Here's a stack of tires. Perfectly hexagonal tires. They mostly have switched to the round shape for tire designs. Just rolls better. Got an hour and a half left to dip my toes into the witness. But this has been a successful sampling. I'm into this. Okay, we're definitely off the road now. We're on a beach that is also kind of a desert. Obviously, the ruined structure seems like an obvious hotspot, but I just want to look around. Ooh, some stairs up to nowhere. Big, small, medium, small. Seems to be the pattern. You can't fall off of things, which is pretty common in games like this. Blueprints certainly wasn't letting you cut corners and leap off things. Definitely seems like something. There's definitely some significance around here, one would assume. But I guess we'll find it. Let's go to the structure. Let's consent to being signposted a little. Maybe I'll find another opportunity to draw a line on a grid. Okay. So I don't know exactly what's creating. Is that like reflecting? Is my avatar wearing a shiny pin on his chest or something? But definitely, okay. There's a hint here. And I can see the things that I'll draw lines on. So then it's just, I think, figuring out a shape. Are there more hint things than just these two? Are they cumulative hints, or are they each a hint? Because I can see two things that seem like they'll let me draw lines. Okay. Probably oversimplifying things here. But no. That's okay. And I've got this thing, which I can also draw on right now. That one actually seemed to work. But I'm not positive. So then... is this one just the other? No. Okay, hold on then. What could it mean? There's also stairs, so there might be some other things for me to go look at here. Is it starting there? Is it exiting there? What's this thing have on it? Nothing. No. No. Okay. Look for more hints. Think more. Oh. There's an under area. Oh, sweet. No hint on this. No, there is. That's the that's always the risk streaming like puzzle games. Is like, what if I'm just stupid today? I haven't played I've been slowly making my way through the Lolo Adventures of Lolo series. Okay. So it's about the angle of the sun. So do I need to can I look at these things from somewhere else? I don't know. And then there's this one facing down. Multiple suggestions based around the manipulation of the Earth's sun. But I'm not sure. Okay. Damn. I saw the one facing... Oh. There we go. That is the angle, at least for that one. A straight line up. Could it be so simple? No. No, not quite. But also, it's a straight line up that seems to span the entirety of a thing. And I'm not getting the same reflective angle for the two that face out. Is it possible to start the line anywhere than the middle? No. And no crossover allowed. Is it a straight down line? No. Well, let's walk around this structure a little bit more. Oh, I'll be drawing similar lines down below. Another problem here is that, like, was this one just a fluke when I solved it or appeared to solve it? Ooh, standing on this rock gives me nothing for the other ones. Explore different angles for a moment. Oh. Haha. This could help. And I don't have to worry about falling. No. No luck yet. Okay, what if part of my problem here? Starting and going up like that. Oh. Ta-da. See, this is the problem with accidentally seeming to solve one of them. And hello, Tyne B. When it seems like you accidentally did the right thing. Oh, now I get it. There. Because these weren't even hints. It's all just get the angle of the sun to see where the line was drawn before you by someone who's already solved this puzzle. Does this go like this? Here we go. Yeah, it's going up that way. And it doesn't... Does it come back out? It does. So probably it's just this. Is it good when some of them just shut down? I don't know. Two of them seem to shut down when I think I drew the right line on them. Have the ones up here become active? Not those two. Nor this one. Okay. Yeah. What? When the first one seemed to shut down, it seemed okay. Because we hadn't yet had an occasion where one lit up. So now, what? Can I reset the thing? Yes. But does that matter? Does it bring back my chance to try to do this? Nay. But with redrawing those beautiful lines. It could. It won't necessarily, but it could. Yeah. I'm locked out of the best ending now. Okay, no. I can have another try. Sweet. Okay. So it goes up into there. It exits through there. And then the gimmick is just the sun is messing with me. Now that I know this, you know, I will have a. Let's see. Alas. Okay. So I got to be writing down the ones that don't work. Can I just redo the second one and have another shot? Yes. Looks like it. Wait. This is a node where I can start the line. Which is good, but yeah, and that's fair. I can see that I'm sort of guessing right now, but I was just habitually starting from the center, even though I know that's not a requirement. So what if I go all the way around? No. Okay. It goes up. From there, I can't tell what it does, except that it is coming up from the bottom in the end. So hold on. Didn't work. Okay. There's no... I don't have the hammer consumable item, so I can't just smash the pillar and get more sun. Okay. There are too many possibilities. I should be looking for additional context, maybe. Or for that matter. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. One, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on. One last guessing thing before I say I need to explore more. I'm not going to click this in until I've thought about it a little, but hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. But I believe I tried this one and it didn't work. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. I definitely tried that, I think. 4, 5. Okay. Last quasi guess. Okay. Stop. Learn more. Maybe. Good God. I had, of course, seen this thing before. Just didn't think about how it would be powered up now. Yes, generally, like, I'm not going to get upset about it, especially because we're early in the game. But generally, I will, what I try to do with puzzle games is uh, request that people who don't know, who haven't played, are welcome to throw at anything. If you already know, I will beg when I'm defeated. Okay, so. Oh, and this is going to move the thing, isn't it? And then that fills in one gap in my mind where I was like, feels like a game with this many mechanisms should have some like switches and stuff, and buttons, but I don't seem to have interact. But if we have gimmicks where we can use line drawing. Okay. So, I think I can draw it now. I think I remember the other detail. Wait, I don't remember the new detail. But now I do. Okay, from the. Okay. And also, things that are like mechanics, like, hey, there's a switch. Way less of a spoiler than being like, you know, here's the solution to the puzzle. I had one very over-eager new viewer when I played Inscription, who showed up on the first day, and like every time I found a puzzle, he was just like as soon as I saw it, he was just typing in the chat like, click on this thing, then this thing, then this thing, then this thing, like not even explaining the principle of the puzzle to me, just being like, here's the exact mechanical steps. So I was just like unfocusing my eyes, and I was like, it's okay, buddy, but I am not going to look at that. Okay, now it's a. Okay, we've got the ones up here active, but obviously I will need to figure out the right angle of the sun. For this one, it's easy. It's just a straight line down. Can I touch that, though? It kind of seems like the ones on the side are going to make a little platform I can stand on. But let's see. Maybe I'm underestimating how stretchy my guy is. Yep. Okay. So this isn't a platform. It's another line puzzle. I guess I'm drawing line. He's not drawing his lines with his finger. He's drawing them with his mind. Okay, so then it's just like, how do we get the angle for these other ones? Right. I mean, there could be more to it. And it really felt like this should have borne more fruit when I went up here. In terms of getting at least one angle. And that's just the other side. Okay. But what, like, just because of how light works, I don't think it makes any sense to get the view from up here. So, you know what? As soon as I said that, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why? Why did you just say that the way light works makes it impossible to get the angle up here? I guess I was thinking about it bouncing and then coming down, but Grade 12 advanced physics was a long time ago. And I was not a great student in grade 12. I was very much in high school. Uh, the, my parents wouldn't let me. No, no, I don't mean that the light doesn't work right in the game. I was temporarily thinking if we apply real world principles of light, I don't think I would get the shining angle that I'm looking for from above this thing. But I could be wrong with that. But hold on. Let's see. Is there anywhere... How do I Okay. Let me reason about this. I am not terrible. I'm just waiting for my brain. My brain will lock in eventually. So let me just think. Can I put together something about the light source? From looking at where it shines. I did. Yeah, in grade 12 advanced physics, like I'd always tell that Mr. Mossman was frustrated with me for not trying hard enough. I remember him saying to me, James, I'm just very concerned because you should be getting a very good grade in this class. But like right now, you need to ace the provincial exam in order for that to happen. I was like, that's my plan, Mr. Mossman. And he was like, that's not a good plan. And then I aced the provincial exam. He was like, James, you can't live your life like this. And he was right. But I got through high school. Okay. Think, damn it. Yeah. It's funny because my mom was big on like, no, you're not what? Okay, there's the sun. That's helpful. I don't know why it locked in once I looked at the actual sun, but it did. Okay. Same principle in the other direction. Not quite. But you know what? Let's consolidate our gains. Of course, it's not the same principle in the other direction. I mean, principles are the same, but it's not the same angle in the other. God damn it. Make the mental note. Don't just look at it and go like, yeah, it's easy. Upper right, straight through. There. Saying it aloud helps. What did I say? No, I'm kidding. Upper right, straight through. Okay. Sun shining from there. With all due respect, Mr. Blow, this is ultimately something I can absolutely brute force. Might take a while. Okay, wait. There's the sun. That was the answer. Just locate the sun. Upper left, straight through. Also, I could have perhaps done the mirror thing. Straight line in the middle. It's upper right straight through. What? No. I don't understand. Well, excuse me for a moment. Oh, I see. It's not starting at the upper left. Starting at the bottom left. It's not straight through. It's not just a mirror. Satisfaction. Got it, my voices. I know that I've literally been saying this for like 2 years now since the last time I actually popped in for a stream. But I'm concluding the 2 weeks of my vacation that I'm devoted primarily to getting housework done and improving the home. Next week of vacation is all about creative things, and it's occurred to me that one way I could get better at visiting my streamer friends during their streams is if I put the stream on but was also drawing or something to deal with the fact that otherwise my brain is either over like, oh goodness, I need to come up with good jokes in the chat but not take over the chat, uh, or my brain just being like, what if we walked around the home and found something to putter at? Because I basically, like, I've seen some clips of you playing Satisfactory, but I'm otherwise still not familiar with the game, and I would like to be. Oh, is this it? Maybe. Nope. Okay. No, I'm going to have to think again. Instead of just process of elimination being like, surely the up there has to work for one of them. So if the light's on there and then moving closer brings it down, yeah. So do you think, are we supposed to imagine that the character is actually like making the line appear, or is that just a representation of his? Maybe that comes out in the lore. All right, how am I going to rotate this thing to get the sun on it? Why am I? Oh, I see. Because it was a trick of my own eyes that I thought I could already see it. Like the guy, the NPC, the avatar. I'm assuming. I'm just wondering, are the lines diegetic, or is it just a representation of his mind and when he gets his mental state right? I guess the fact that it's all machinery should tell me that the lines are in universe. One moment. I can hear my partner speaking to me outside the room. Brief intermission, folks. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. That's true. Oh, and I didn't say when you arrived. Hello, Excedris. Or at least when you first spoke. I don't know when people arrive. Um, yeah, but then we got to get in. Like, does this guy have a really stretchy finger? Then again, maybe it's really high tech. It's not even a touch screen. It's like a, you know, if you lock in with your pointing, as long as you really, if you're pointing with intention, it manipulates the machinery here. Oh, now it's just a rotating thing. Or is it just going all the way to the right and then locking? Okay, so the gimmick, it's got to find the correct spot to see the sun while it's moving. So let me think about that. Is it just this vantage point? Maybe. Doesn't seem super likely at this point. Is this the up there one? Because I just can't let go of the belief in my heart. And it goes so slowly, right? We'll find out momentarily. Ha! Upper right to the top, down. This is good. This is good. That worked. And as a result, something. Oh, it comes out the back of it. I didn't. But would be happy to have it shown to me. Before I go chasing that cable wherever it leads. I did see this, although I'm only just now. When I played Blueprints, my first big session when I was doing Blueprints on this stream, I was writing down all these things that I was like, these are obviously hints for something. I'm going to put it together later. All kinds of different mysteries. And then in my second session, I solved one of the, I put together one of the fundamental puzzles of the game entirely based on observing the direct clue without connecting any of the hints that were telling me how to look for that clue. I figured it out. And then once I'd figured it out, the whole rest of that like 5 hour second session, I kept re-encountering all the different hints and finally being like, oh, that was didn't make use of any of those hints. Solved them backwards. Okay. Ah. The underside is now accessible. The the sketch pairs and the extra letter in the grid, I figured out just by I think it was the stag stage pair. And I looked at them and I was like, stag and a stage, is that anything? And then like 10 minutes later I was like, wait, hold on. Those are almost the same word except for, and then I started, and then later, then I was like, because there's so many hints, even in the early going, there are like vaguer hints. And then of course you get much deeper in the game, and eventually, if you haven't figured it out, you're just like finding Uncle Herbert's letters that say like, so I've designed this cracking good puzzle. Okay. We got 45 minutes here in the underside before I have to go to a thing. Next time I play The Witness, I'll do it on one of Danielle's at work days. It was a glorious day. It was after the stream because I only streamed it until I got to room 46 once, and then I did one more session, and then I played it a whole bunch after. And I think it was the right call to not make it content because there is a lot of kind of grindy post-game stuff. But quite a few of the safes in particular, they all came together for me at once when I realized how many different things small gates, if we count small gates, could mean. Okay, so obviously it's a thing to draw, but the trick is right now we're only seeing half of it. Likewise there. But then we have whatever this is. Oh. Like the safe in the office? Yeah. I got all the safes eventually. I got pretty far. I think I fell off, and I should go back because I think I solved I think I was really delayed on getting the enhanced special rules where you can start removing the crates from that thing. So by the time I got that, I didn't know, maybe I had other things that were awaiting my solving, but it didn't feel like I had anything else to work on. And I just got bored of just doing the run, hoping to get that special rule active. Slowly remove the crates. Okay. So, let me just fully explain to myself how this works. Obviously, I'm going to pick which lights to turn on. This one's not helping. Why would it help? It's behind the things. What about this one? Oop. Which one finally brought it together for you? This one seems promising. The middle one. Let's try it. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at the bust when I was like, wait a minute. Because I was like, there's got to be something with the busts. I'm looking at the busts. And then I was like, fuck. There are different size busts in the motherfucking office. Okay. So is that actually telling me something? Where's the other light? I want to try to avoid doing guesswork here. Well, this light's just like in a corner. So yeah, that was right after. Like on the same day I did the drawing room and the office, because I cracked the office and then I was like, well, fuck's sake. I got to start just saying, I'm going to start repeating the phrase, if we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. And then I was like, gates, the fucking walking people. Okay. So I think if I'm interpreting how this glare would work correctly, what it's telling me is that this never goes to the left. Wait, but what is the rest of the shape? Oh, it's starting down here. So if it's starting down there and it doesn't seem like it ever goes to the other side, if I'm reading how the light's helping correctly, it should be this. Nay. Okay. Hold on then. Let's try the third light option first. And is there a fourth light option? Oh my. That seems very helpful, actually. We're starting there. And eventually coming around here. And leaving up the top. Fair chance. I'll try it. Yes. Great. Let's go back to the middle light and try harder. I'm guessing the fourth position is just off. Yeah, there it is. It's just stand so you get the glare, dude. So, into the middle, up to the top, up. When we get to the top, we just go over and down at the bottom right. Bottom left. Boom. We've exposed that. Could that be what the first light was helpful for? It's at least a little helpful. In fact, let me do some notes on this one. Drawing the grid right now. Simple tic-tac. Well, it's not a tic-tac-toe grid because it is the outer part lit up. And from here, from this angle, what I can see is the line will cover this, but I don't know where it starts or ends yet. That's fine. We need multiple light positions to work this at. Should have looked at it while this light was on, because it does give me one corner. Where's my glare? There. Oh no. I've forgotten what I considered the top. I think I was considering this the top. No. Okay, hold on. Back to the other light. Okay. Now I remember what I consider the top. Get my glare one more time just to confirm. Where was the glare for this one? This way. Okay. It's facing that way. Tricky because obviously I'm not going to be facing the same way when I have the glare lined up correctly here. Okay. It's the other corner. So then I can say this is going to come across like this and up. And also eventually it's coming down the side here to exit at the bottom, right? And then we only have so many options. Where's my glare? I ought to be better at this by now. It's okay. We have the principles in place. Okay, how does glare work? Here I was thinking I was remembering all this stuff about the physics of light. Ha! So to get to there, where it's stepping down, it will come from the top. And I still don't have a starting point. However, there are only 2 possible starting points. Is that true? Is what I just said true? No, there are 4 possible starting points. But of them, I think only one will work. Let's try drawing a line. No, thank you, on this one. I think this will work. I think I have to do a little process of elimination. But the only way to draw a line that will touch all of the spots I've seen, I think, is this. Yes. Yes, you're very clever, Mr. Blow, but I've figured it out. Key to this game is drawing lines. Ooh. Okay. I can see how... Oh, wait, no. The way that works is when those things are lit up. Right. So, this is the one I can draw on. From within here, I can only see the top part of it. So, then the question becomes, what gimmicks are available to me here? And yes, it's not lost on me that there are some orange painted lines on things. And that could turn out to mean something too. Okay. Once more, shining the sun. I know the starting point. And I know it goes over the top there. Which is not enough. Could this shape be telling me something? It could. Like, the crank on this thing is in the same position, if we imagine a hexagon, as that. Which could then be telling me to cut around. Except that's obviously not what's happening here. So I think that's not my hint. Okay. It's just a tiny little hole for the sun. So I'm not going to be causing any sort of explosive blast, probably, to widen the hole. And that's a whole different line. Well, I bet this is too easy to be true. Yes. And no, I'm not just going to try all the possible permutations. So I should look around some more. Is there more stuff? There's somewhere else I could stand to get a better angle of the sun. No, I don't believe there is. I know it's coming down this way. That's for sure. Oh, I can eliminate where it's not. It's never coming back up. And I know it doesn't go at the left. So actually, maybe at this point, I should just try this. See if what I'm saying makes any sense. Yes. Great. I need to run to the washroom. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Okay. Boom. Here we go. I've got 30 minutes. Can I solve all of the reflection hexagon puzzles? Maybe. There's no guarantee that I can't. Hey, this one's done? Oh, because that is the one I just solved. I'm tracing this in the wrong direction. Ha. Okay. What do you got for me, sunshine? Well, no. No, it should. I think. I can't quite tell how this light source is working, but I should be able to, based on shadows. Okay. Oh, that's not even the sun. I thought that was like a little hole. It's actually very clearly a light. What's the trick here? Why is this showing me a completed line? Could it be? It seems unlikely that it'd be that simple. But what if it is? Waffle syrup, welcome. It's a truncated first go at the witness because I picked Thursday for the day and then discovered that we had obligations. Wait, hold on. A line is drawn there. It's backwards of the line on the one up here. A line is drawn down here. If it's backwards, it doesn't make any sense. Because you can't exit through the middle. Or can you? Can the line just end in the middle? Wait, what's the rest of the shape? No, it must start there. Well, then it seems way too simple if it's just the exact shape. And yet... Oh. Oh. We can see the other one being drawn in real time, and thus... This should be easier for me than it is so far. Ah. Listen. The man knows how to make a puzzle. Actually, more credit than that. The man knows how to make a series of interlocking puzzles that slowly expand their mechanics in a very satisfying way. Okay, it looks like it's actually a real one underneath here. Are we back to actually needing to solve the traditional way? Is that a real one down below? It is. We're still not able to go down there. Correct? Yes, because one's going to come back up before we get this thing activated. Okay. So, what could it be? Is there just another... Oh. Does it matter that there's another Pac-Man crank thing down there? Probably not. Huh. Light shining up from below. Ha. It's going to be a standing challenge here. Is there anywhere that I can stand to see the friggin' thing? Or is that the challenge? Okay, hold on. The shape is like this, but I think it's like this. What I'm really curious about is, does that show me at all what happened down below? No. That wasn't the shape. I just want to see the starting node. Okay. Okay. All right, and then from there, I need to learn the shape. Up, in, to the center, out in the opposite direction. Yes, now that you've said that, I recognize how foolish I am being. Oh, okay. Truly flying on my own, in a sense here. Okay. So, into center, out to the opposite corner, back towards it to be across, to the center and up the net. Starting from here and going up. Not quite. Wait, did I just forget my starting point? Yeah, no. Up like this. Into the center. Up this way. Down like this. Yeah. I mean, you of all people should know, Waffle Syrup, that despite my position on the Faculty of Engineering, I am a word cell, not a shape rotator. And I'm being kind of silly when I use those things. I'm not an endorser of Jordan Peterson's silly anything. Well, I do think that more men should wear ridiculous looking suits and talk like Kermit the Frog. Around and then a jagged toothy thing. And thinking about mirrors should indeed be helpful here. Around. Wait, around and then I said a jagged toothy thing, but what does that mean? Do the half. In, out, like you're cutting a Pac-Man. Okay. Wait, where was I saying I would start? The top. Around. Pac-Man? Ah, not that that looks at all like Pac-Man. I am familiar with the character of Pac-Man and his shape. Okay. Okay. So we have gizmos, but what are they? Conveyor belts? Or something? No. Something that is lowering. Oh, we're changing the position of stuff. Of course. Obviously to the down position. And along the way, we're adjusting the position of the lights. Okay. Wait. So, angle, right across, back to center, through, starting from down. Nope, it did not hold it in my brain. Aha. Straight through, back to center, up. Ha ha ha. Okay. Can't get the angle, I don't think, in the current positioning. But of course, we also have the power to bring this stuff up, I assume. And then as it comes up, wait. Yes, that is what comes up. Perfect. So being straight across to opposite and through. Being, whoop, whoop, whoop. Ah. Straight across, opposite, through. Oh, let me guess. The light's not in the right position. Gotta send it down. 18 minutes. I would love to close off this hexagons and reflecting lights section. Not because I don't like it. I, in fact, quite enjoy it. But it just feels good to end on an accomplishment. But I absolutely cannot extend the run today. We have an appointment. Okay. So the bad part here is that I might have missed my window. Yeah, I believe so. I need to... I was thinking about the lights down there, but those lights are also moving with the thing. So, okay. Okay. Bring her up. And just trust that you're going to figure this out. Just trust. Don't try to figure it out. Just let the figuring out happen through you. It's not coming through for me yet. Only so many spots to stand. So even without remembering how light works. Okay, how does light work? I mean, it goes in like a straight line until it bounces off something. But where is the light source I'm even trying to use here? 15 minutes. Problem with trying to speed run a puzzle is you start getting, your brain starts shutting down as you just frantically try to make it work in time. I'm now trial and erroring in the extreme. Okay. Stop and think. Imagine. So obviously a light shines down there from this angle. But there's this sheltering wall. I want to get it onto there. Going at this angle. Anyone who's not already familiar with the solution to this puzzle is welcome to shout out basic facts about light right now. Is it a particle or a wave? I think it might be. But it seemed like it's not coming high enough for that, is it? Or am I just not thinking it through correctly? This might be where I wind up hitting the wall for the day. But then again, it also feels like the kind of thing where if I do hit the wall on this for the day, I bet I'll have a breakthrough pretty early. Could it be from here? Somehow. You know, like an angle you're not expecting. Yep. Okay. So, there's mirror thinking involved here. I'm going to draw that shape. And then, let's see. Can I just think of this properly? Maybe. If I drew the shape properly, I think I am thinking of it. I didn't draw the shape properly. But, we're going to be okay. I do think that is what I did. Where did it start working for me? Yeah, right here. Yeah, it is that shape. And then it's just a matter of thinking about the mirror part properly. That's reflecting. Wait a minute. Don't I just have this to work with? Okay. 10 minutes. How many more goddamn hexagons do you need me to trace grids on? Is this one a drawing on one? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Where's its dark twin? Does it have a dark twin? Probably. Let's adjust the thing. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Well, gotta run that one back. But I think I know the spot to stand, so we're gonna get it. And the shape is what? I can't tell where the... Oh, the start node is just top. Into the middle. Okay. Wait, is the one I can draw on getting covered? Yes, it's covered right now. Which I suppose means I should take another chance to look at the one going down. Maybe I'll even be quick enough on the draw. Ho-ho. To draw it. Very tricksy. Starting from top, into center, back up, down, into the bottom, out. Looks horrible the way I drew it, but it should work. Let's try. Dude. Wait, no. Into the center. Back out. To the top like that. Yep. And that connects to the door on the other side, or did it light up another one? It lit up a... Did it light up the worst one yet? Yes, it did. Of course it did. Okay, but... This one that has a mirror, or is this one that just... I don't know. Okay, there's one I haven't used yet. Reflecting something I can't see yet to solve. Or is that one I can just draw on? It is. Okay, so look at all of it. It's not starting from there. Is it starting from here? No. Hold on. Wait. Can't quite get the light to everywhere I want it to go. But will this one move if I send them down? It's already down. Whoops. Don't want to blow up the island by mistake. It is coming up. But is that helping? Not really. Wait. I don't want to get in the habit of guessing, so I'm going to try one more shape and then stop. Stopping for now with this one. Okay. Oh, well, there's the hint. There's the mirror. So, will the game be kind enough to give me a static position where the light touches it? I have 4 minutes. I think we might have our starting point for next time, but hold on. Send it down. There's a glare. This is one I absolutely need to draw, and real grid paper will help with it. This is it. I can do this in 4 minutes. 1 second. I have grid paper. I found a blank page. 5 squares. Okay. 3 minutes. Ugh. I think I need more angles on this thing. I can see where it goes out. I think. Okay. Over and down. I think I have most of the shape now. I think. All right. Bring it back up once more before I take a shot. I have a what it might be thought that I will try. And then it's literally my heart stops. So, one shot at this. Actually, kind of helpful that there's only a single node. Okay, so if that's the node, we'll go ding, 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 ding. There's only one exit. So no, I've been drawing this I'm definitely wrong about what the shape is. Hold on then. Oh, I see why. There's just a shadow that made it look to me like it exits there. I'm giving myself one more look. Arg. Why did I do it from here? I'm discombobulated now. I can't give myself another shot though, so this is it. Hey, British. Glad you were able to. You made it out, even if for only a moment, because I'm about to shut down. Okay, I did not solve that just now, but we know where we are, and we're gonna get through this quickly next time. When will next time be? I'm not sure. It depends on exactly my schedule of events tomorrow. Probably not going to do it tomorrow. I shouldn't try to promise that. It's going to be next week. So I will add it to the schedule formally when I've picked a specific time. And I will do that by the end of the weekend. That's my pledge to you, the viewer. We'll play More Witness at least one day next week, possibly two, possibly more, because I'm into this and I want to draw a bunch of lines on grids. And we're going to. And you shall witness it, my friends. All right, so check it out. Some new faces popped in today, and I should always say when new faces pop in, I should do the regular pitch, which starts with saying, I don't have time to do the whole pitch. Let me tell you what's coming up this week, and that'll give you a sense of what we do here, which is a bunch of different things. 58 Dream Street. Tomorrow, Friday, we're playing Friday Night Frosthaven. Me and three of my friends, Greg, Rich, and Sid. We're on an outpost phase. So there'll be more reading flavor text and laughing than there will be gameplay. But it's usually a pretty fun time. And hopefully we all have a good time together. Then, on Saturday, barring disaster, and there can always be a disaster, knock on wood, we're beating Earthbound. I've beaten Earthbound many times, but it never doesn't feel great. So I'm looking forward to that. Taking the fight to Gigas and saving Eagle Land and also the rest of the world that Eagle Land exists in. Hooray! Then on Sunday, we're playing Dreams in the Witch House, a hybrid point-click adventure RPG and really time management simulator, to be honest. And that's not a critique. This is an excellent game that fuses its systems very well. Dreams in the Witch House, which is also a really cool adaptation of a not great H.P. Lovecraft story that does have cool bits and pieces. And they took the cool bits and pieces and they're making a really good narrative and game out of it. What'll happen to poor Walter Gilman? I bet nothing good. Actually, you know what? Things are picking up with his romance with Allison. Maybe he'll get one last burst of joy before the horrible doom that surely awaits him. Next week, like I said, we'll play more Witness. What I'll also aim to do, probably won't launch next week, but maybe it will. Because like I said, I'm on my creative part of my vacation now that I've done my housework part of my vacation. So I'm trying to I've been promising a retro review show where I wanted to draw my own stream frames. I'm going to finish drawing those in the next few weeks. If I finish them by next week, we'll do the retro review show. Otherwise, we'll also, be doing Witness anyway. The Witness is on the docket now. I'm into this game. And on Wednesday, Next Wednesday, Greg will be over here for Greg and James Beat 'em Up as we close out phase 3 of our project investigating the beat 'em up genre. We'll be playing TMNT Shredder's Revenge survival mode some more, and then maybe something else. I don't know. And then at the end of phase 3, as an interlude before phase 4, where we go back to 1994 to play classic beat 'em ups in the order they were released that year, the historical part of our project, we're taking a little interlude to play Absalom, a roguelite beat 'em up that seems very fun that we haven't played yet, but I got it on sale. So we're looking forward to playing it. We do a bunch of different stuff here. And so my pitch to you, new folks, who whether you participated in the chat or just watched me and thought, this guy's weird. Sounds like fun, right? And if nothing else, I'm playing The Witness. Why not throw a follow? There's always the option to subscribe, and some people do. And I'm always humbled by it because there's really nothing in it for you except to feel like, if you're getting free entertainment out of me and you feel like you want to pop back, you don't need to. This is not like work. I have a job. I'm pretty well compensated. So I'm okay. But if you do subscribe, I'm always touched. And when they do give me the payouts, I try to spend them specifically on things that make the stream better, whether that's games we can play together or new gizmos that can make me run the show better, etc. And then, we have a Discord, 58 Dream Street Discord invite in the About section. A little bit of chatting amongst the regulars here. Stupinski tells us about his board games. I drop a line now and then. I'm meaning to share some art, and I will when I make some more. Creative part of my vacation is starting soon. And then also you get announcements about my mercurial schedule and all the changes. And then finally, there are 2 Bandcamp links in the About section. For years, I've been using Aaron Hodges Boyle, former student of mine's music, to play my Starting Soon songs. There's still a link to him. He's got some cool music. It's all kind of video gamey sounding, but in different genres. He's a good musician. It's cool stuff. You should check it out and, support him if you like it. And then recently I've been using a track by The Sun, who is a poster on Blue Sky, who I follow. And she also makes some music. And I asked her if I could use her song. She said, yes, buy her song if you like it. Support artists who are actually making stuff. And that brings us to the end. Great. Good first session of The Witness. I'm looking forward to more. I'm 7 minutes after when I told Danielle I'd finish, but she's not yelling at me from off camera. So that's a good sign. I have something to say about Blow Up the Sun. Not specifically the sun, but a thing that we can't talk about right now. But Cedric, if you remember next time, say, what's your funny Doctor Who story about blowing up blowing up a large celestial body? And I'll tell the story. Okay. All right. Spiel. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice. I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're all lining up together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.